Hello everyone, my name is Kushal Ingre and today we will learn about the meiosis. So meiosis is very important in those organisms which shows the sexual reproduction for the formation of their gametes. So these animals or plants they produce gametes that are the products of a special form of cell division called as the meiosis. While talking about the meiosis, first of all, we should know that a diploid cell that is called as the meiocyte. So this meiocyte, in case of the male, it is called as the spermatocyte, and in case of the female, it is called as the oocyte. So this meiocyte or diploid cell undergoes the double division and finally forms the four non-identical haploid cells. So you can see here in this figure, particularly, there are formation of four non-identical haploid cells. If you see here, it is the diploid and here it is the haploid. So the meiosis is nothing but it is a kind of cell division that occurs in a diploid cell. It reduces the chromosome number by half, which result in the production of haploid daughter cells. That's why it is called as the reduction division. The term was coined by the Farmer and Murray. Then it involves two successive nuclear division, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Now in between this meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 there is a process, there is a step that is called as the interkinesis. Then the stages of meiosis. Meiosis 1 is the heterotypic or reductional division because it brings about changes from diploid to haploid state. That's why meiosis is somewhat complicated than mitosis. It is studied under four stages. Prophase first, it is the most complicated and longest phase of meiotic division. Even it is longer than the prophase of mitosis. It is further divided into 5 substages that we will learn in next slide. Here, if you see particularly, this is the early prophase first and it is the middle prophase first. You can see clearly here which changes are going on there. Here, the chromosomes already duplicated become visible. Centriole pair begin separation and spindle fiber forms between them. Here, homologous chromosome shorten and thicken. That's why you can observe the chromosomes here. The chromosome synapse and crossing over occurs during this prophase first. Here, we will learn all these things one by one. So coming to the first step, that is leptotin. So in case of the leptotin, the size of nucleus is increased and the chromosomes become more apparent and show bead-like thickenings called chromomeres. Now next, that is zygotin. So here chromosomes become shorter and thicker. Pairs of homologous chromosomes called bivalent or tetrad are seen here. And the process of attachment of homologous chromosomes due to development of nucleoprotein is called as the synapsis. So here you can see that chromosomes they are now becoming the shorter and thicker. That's why they are visible here, and it is called as the bivalent, and you can observe the tetrad here. The process of attachment of homologous chromosome, you can see that different color is shown here. So these are the homologous chromosomes. They will come closer to each other and they will try to attach with each other. They are called as the homologous chromosome, and it is at that process is called as the synapsis. Now next one, that is pakitin. It is the longest phase of prophase 1. It is characterized by appearance of recombination nodules and crossing over exchange, that is exchange of genetic material between non-sister chromatids of the homologous pair takes place here. That's why it is somewhat complicated. That's why it is taking much more time. Why? Because recombination is going on there. So recombination is carried out here within the homologous pair. Coming to the next point, that is diplotin. So during the diplotin, dissolution of synaptonemal complex occur partially. Therefore, the homologous chromosome separated except in the region of crossing over. And the points of attachment between homologous chromosomes after partial dissolution of nucleoprotein complex are called as the chiasmata. Next one is that the Lamb-Brush chromosomes are actually condensed diplotin chromosome. You can see here all these points, how they are occurring here, that whatever the synaptonemal complex are there, they will dissolve and homologous chromosome will separate, but except at the area here you can see that this region is separated, this region is separated, but this region is attached with each other, and where there is a crossing over takes place, and it is called as the chiasmata. Coming to the next point, that is dikinesis. Chiasmata shift towards the end of chromosome, and it is termed as the terminalization. The nucleolus degenerates, nuclear envelope disappears, centrioles migrate to poles, and spindle fibers begin to form. You can see here that it is the nuclear membrane. So this nuclear membrane will disappear or degenerate here. Nucleolus will also degenerate. Whatever the spindle fibers are there, they are attached with these, particularly these centrioles. The centrioles, those who migrate towards the opposite poles. Now, next step, that is metaphase first. The bivalents arrange themselves on the equator of bipolar spindle forming metaphase plate. So now it is, if you remember the metaphase from the mitosis, here that chromosomes now they are aligned at metaphase plate. So the bivalents arrange themselves on the equator of the bipolar spindle forming metaphase plate, and chromosomes are in maximum condensed state and are ready to separate. Here that chromosomes now they are present in such a way that they are attached with the spindle fibers through the special protein called as the kinetochore. Now in next step they will be separated from each other. So here next step, that is anaphase first. Bivalent chromosomes get separated, microtubules of the spindle fiber begin to shorten, and each separated chromosome with two chromatids start moving towards the opposite pole. You can see here that whatever the chromosomes are present there, now they are shifting towards the opposite pole, or they are moving toward the opposite pole. Because of the random orientation of homologous chromosomes on a metaphase plate, a pole may receive either the maternal or the paternal homologue from each chromosome pair. Next one, that is telophase first. The haploid set of chromosomes elongate or decondense. Now see here that these chromosomes, particularly it is the haploid set, they elongate or decondense. Nucleolus is formed from the satellite chromosome. Nuclear envelope reappears. You can observe here, it is the nuclear envelope. Again, it is reappearing here. Nuclear envelope is formation is going on here. It is generally followed by the cytokinesis. Now, interkinesis. So it is the step or middle step in between the meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Protein and RNA synthesis may occur, but there is no DNA synthesis. It is short-lived and plays important role in bringing true haploidy. Coming to the next step, that is meiosis 2. It is also called homotypic or equational division, as it maintains the number of chromosomes produced at the end of reduction division. Meiosis 2 is divisible into prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2, and cytokinesis. All these phases are similar to mitosis. Meiosis 2 is not mitosis, as it always occurs in haploid cells, and daughter cells formed after meiosis 2 are neither similar to each other nor to the parent cell. Step by step, all these are the steps. There is no need to explain again these points because you have already studied in mitosis. So it is the prophase 2, then in which what happens that whatever the nuclear membrane is there, it will disappear, right, and chromosome will again reappear here, and these centrioles they will move towards the opposite pole along with their spindle fibers. Now see, in metaphase 2, nuclear membrane is completely disappeared, or it is completely destroyed or disintegrated. Now the chromosomes they are present in middle state or metaphase plate. They are attached with the through the spindle fiber to these centrioles. In anaphase 2, the sister chromatids they will separate and move towards the opposite pole. Last one, that is telophase 2. So during this telophase 2, what will happen again, that nuclear membrane will reappear You can see here the nuclear membrane is reappearing. Again, this chromosome will undergoes the degradation or decondensation, we can say that. Again, the centriole are disappeared, and whatever the spindle fibers are there, again they will disappear. Now cytokinesis. So whatever the haploid material there within that cell, this haploid material nothing but will be separated through the division of the cytoplasm. That's why it is called as the cytokinesis. So the haploid daughter cells are separated by cytoplasmic membranes. Now the significance of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis is essential for gamete formation and maintenance of chromosome number in sexually reproducing organism. That's why it is very important that it is essential for the gamete formation. So gamete formation occurs through this meiosis, and it will maintain the chromosome number in sexually reproducing animal or organisms, because these gametes are haploid, and when that haploid gamete will fuse along with the again haploid gamete, again that diploid number will be restored. Parental and maternal chromosomes assort independently during the meiosis, that causes reshuffling of chromosomes and the traits controlled by them. Here, these chromosomes, whatever the chromosomes they got from the either paternal side or the maternal side, this chromosome will assort independently during meiosis. It means that different types of the genes, either these are the dominant or the recessive, they will be transferred to the next generation. Here, reshuffling occurs of the chromosomes, and the trait controlled by them will be carried out. Crossing over facilitates new combination of genes, thus help in producing variations. So we saw particularly the recombination. During the recombination, crossing over takes place, and it will help in production of the variation. Meiosis also provide evidences for the basic similarity and relationship among the organisms. Meiosis 2 plays important function in separating the chromatids of univalent chromosomes that differ from each other in their linkage groups due to crossing over. So it was all about this meiosis. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Definitely it will be beneficial for your syllabus. Thank you so much.